Hey y'all, Sir Luhu here, and we are back again with Steins Gate. So last episode, we continued our pursuit of Luca, acting as her boyfriend and everything. Went to Komima, had a terrible time, then we did time leap back to give it one last shot to make her happy, and we, just basically spent the day practicing with Samidari, playing Huo and Kyoma, and having a grand old time together. After that, she gave us, the number to her mom's pager to, fix everything. But, she confessed that she does want to stay a girl so that she can openly love Ocarin. And all that, because she doesn't believe that she'll be able to do that as a boy in the other realm. Which is, it's a product of its time. So, it's what it is, but we're going to play out this ending where we let her stay a stay a girl, and, then we'll make our change. So, that's where we're at. Is it my place to make that decision? It is for this episode. My fingers tremble around my phone. Or next episode, maybe. I don't know. But Lukako embraces those trembling fingers with her own. Will you remember me? Yes. With just one call to the phone wave, name subject to change, I can send a message to Luca's mother's pager. Will you remember me as a girl? Yes. If I make the call. Will you remember those 4 short days we were together? Yes. No, I can't do it. Okabe-san, why? Can't do it anymore. I can't sacrifice anybody else's memories. I've already trampled on Suzuha and Ferris's memories. I turned a blind eye to their suffering, all the while telling myself it was to save Mayuri. I justified it by telling myself I would carry their burdens, but that was just a convenient excuse. Was it, though? I don't have the right. I fall to my knees, unable to stand. The only way to save Mayuri is to send this email. There's no alternative. Even so, I don't have the right to erase Lukako's entire life as a girl. I can't do such an arrogant thing. If you can do it to Ferris, you can do it to Luca. More than anything, I don't want to lose the Lukako beside me right now. I guess Luca's goes a bit further back than Ferris's, though, don't it? Anywho. Okabe-san. Mayuri can't be saved. Mayuri's death is fate. No matter how many world lines I cross, convergence will occur. Mary will die, no matter what. At least that's what I need to tell myself. I'm tired of it all. Mayuri, I'm sorry. My ego wasn't strong enough to sacrifice everything for your sake. The first day of Komima has ended. A few otaku warriors linger to check their spoils before beginning the odyssey home. Otherwise, Ariake is silent and still, as if the crowd Lukaku and I saw this afternoon was a lie. Komima runs for 3 days straight, but it already feels like the end of a festival. Of course, the silence is just for tonight. Tomorrow, people will come to fill the spacious promenade once again. My hand clutches at my chest. Mayuri will die in less than an hour. I'm not ready. Even so, I want to be with her in her final moments. I won't let her leave this world alone. That's why I came here right after leaving the shrine. She should still be in Ariake somewhere. Contacted both Mayuri and Daru by mail. They're still in Ariake. They should be here any minute now. My phone rings. Speak of the devil. Got mail. Kako? Is this really okay? Kako. She doesn't have to say it. I know exactly what she means. There's only one thing I can say. This was my choice. You don't have to worry about a thing. I know that mail won't be enough to stop Lukako from blaming herself. But I have to send it all the same, if only to strengthen my own resolve. Memories from this morning rise unbidden. Mayuri stopped by the lab on the way to Komima. I was dozing on the couch. Suddenly, the darkness was burned away by light. It's Squinting against the fluorescent radiance, I raised my head to see who had entered.
Sorry, Yokarin. Did I wake you up?
Mayuri was there, tugging a suitcase. No, I wasn't really asleep. I'd been up all night, trying to solve the problem of my last date with Lukaku. You're pretty early, Mayuri.
Actually, Mayushi's here to pick up her costumes. And breakfast.
She took a sandwich and some potato salad from her convenience store bag. Are you going to Komima now?
Yeah, Daru-kun already left on the first bus.
Oh.
Hey, Okarin, where do you go with Luka-chan yesterday? Did you have a fun date? You know, Luka-chan hasn't replied to my mail since yesterday.
You emailed Lukaku?
Yeah, Mayushi's a little worried, you know?
The day before, Lukaku burst into tears, barely 5 minutes after we met up. Then we parted ways. That's why I couldn't give Mayuri an answer.
Did you make Luka-chan cry again? That would make Mayushi sad.
Sad?
Sad. Luka-chan is Mayushi's friend.
It was Mayuri's last day alive, and also Lukaku's last day together with me. I asked myself, could I really let it end with both of them sad? Let it end. What right did I have to decide when it ends? My arrogance made me want to vomit. Then, as if to rely on Mayuri, I began to tell her my new plan. Are you going to be at Komima all day?
Yeah, why?
Is it okay if I bring Lukaku?
Really? Of course it's okay.
Mayuri smiled happily, took some milk out of the refrigerator to wash down the sandwich, and began to enjoy her breakfast. You tried asking Lukaku to cosplay, right? How'd it go?
Well, I couldn't convince her. I don't want to force her, you know? That would make her hate cosplay.
So basically, she gave up.
But, you know, it might be a good idea to bring Luka-chan to Komima. You think maybe if she saw other cosplayers having fun, Luka-chan might want to try it too? Do you think we could get her to cosplay at the next Komima?
I wonder.
That would be nice. Hey, will you really bring Luka-chan over today?
Yeah.
Will you come too and look at the costumes Mayushi made?
Yes, I will.
Yay, that would make me really happy.
Mary packed her costumes into her suitcase.
Well, gotta get going. Be sure to come, okay? I'll be waiting. I'll show you the best stuff so you'll want to come tomorrow too.
I could hear my teeth grinding. I knew that whether Mayuri would get to see tomorrow depended entirely on my actions. If this day had gone as planned, my status as Lukaku's temporary boyfriend would have come to a close. Lukaku would have gone back to being a guy. Mayuri would survive the night. She would go to Komima tomorrow without a care in the world.
Okarin, something wrong?
Mary looked at me quizzically. She's always been sensitive to changes in my demeanor. So I put on a smile and responded as Huo and Kyoma. Nothing's wrong, just thinking up ways to defeat the organization. Let's meet in Ariake in the afternoon.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Mary didn't leave right away. She just stood there in front of the door looking at me.
Mayushi's always here for you to talk to when you need her, okay?
Mary.
I'm off.
Mary cheerfully flew out the door, suitcase in hand, like the white rabbit in Wonderland. The sound of her footsteps gradually faded away. Now alone, I took a deep breath. The time limit was 13 hours after that point in time. In those 13 hours, I was to return Lukaku to manhood. I thought I had a chance to... I thought I had to change her back. But now...
Okarin.
A voice calls me back to the present. There's Mayuri dragging her suitcase. Daru isn't with her. She's probably upset. After all, I completely stood her up on the promise we made this morning.
You came, but you're late. Mayushi was waiting. I was really lonely.
Sorry. Can't look Mayuri in the eye. As Mayuri was waiting in vain, I was making the worst possible decision for her. I chose to not turn Lukaku back. I chose to not save Mayuri. No, let's not beat around the bush. I chose to let her die. It's not that I don't want to save her, I do. But I can't bring myself to make the necessary sacrifice.
Where's Luka-chan?
She's not coming. She can't bear to see this.
Did you make her cry again?
No. My thoughts are a jumble. Her every word seems an accusation, of course. I know that's not her intent. Even if she knew what I had done, this innocent childhood friend of mine doesn't have a bitter bone in her body. It's my guilty conscience, changing Mayuri's words into swords, stabbing straight into my heart. But even so, I can no longer change the past. I don't want to change it. So I have no other choice. No other choice but to accept the death this world so desires. If I were a normal man, I would have had to accept Mayuri's death whether I liked it or not. I wouldn't have been able to try and avert it. But by chance, I acquired the power of a god. It allowed me to try again and again. If anything, I should be grateful for the opportunity I was given.
Okurin?
I can't let Mayuri sit by unease. She can always tell when there's something bothering me. 10 minutes left. I want her to spend them happy and carefree. That's the very least I can do for her. So I put on the mask of Huo and Kiyoma, just as I did for Lukaku. Fret not, Mayuri. Things between me and Lukaku are absolutely marvelous. That Miko and I are tied by a strong bond. That's right, Lukaku and I are connected by fate, whether we like it or not. And today, the genius with the IQ of 170 has returned the smile to Lukaku's face. She even said so herself, that it was fun to be with me in our pursuit of knowledge. As soon as those words leave my lips, I realized my mistake. That makes it sound like I broke my promise to Mayuri just so I could give Lukaku a fun time, doesn't it? Well, I suppose that is what happened. But Mayuri didn't need to know that.
Really? That's great!
But Mayuri, innocent as she is, just gives me a happy relief smile.
So there's no reason for Okurin and Luka-chan to break up, right?
Right. We won't break up. Actually, our temporary relationship has already ended. That was our agreement. But I don't think I need to tell Mayuri that.
Great! Then Mayushi can concentrate on Komima without any worries.
Are you golly, this is such a freaking of mice and men moment here we got going. Are you going to participate tomorrow too?
Yep, it lasts 3 whole days.
I shouldn't have asked. I fight the urge to check my phone. Last time I checked it was about 7 p.m. I don't have the guts to check again. I don't want to watch the seconds tick down to Mayuri's death.
Daru-kun's late. I called him just now and he said he was still close by.
We don't really have to wait for him. Let's
wait a little bit longer.
If that's what Mayuri wants, then I won't deny her. Besides, I don't want Mayuri's last moments to be on a crowded train or bus, but rather somewhere she can see the stars. Not that I have any right to choose her place of death.
Hey, do you think we can convince Luka-chan to cosplay somehow? How should we persuade her, though?
Mayuri's mood is completely healed. Why is she so happy? Did she hear something pleasing somewhere in this conversation? Was it knowing that things are going well between me and Lukaku? Or was it that I kept my promise to come here after all? I don't know. I don't know, but seeing Mayuri's happy smile makes my heart ache.
I think Luka-chan would be an absolutely perfect Kirari-chan cosplayer. Luka-chan's so cute, she makes Mayushi's heart throb, you know? I want to spread Luka-chan's cuteness to people all over the world, don't you, Okurin? Or maybe you plan to keep Luka-chan all to yourself. But you know, you shouldn't monopolize her. Even Mayushi wants to kyun with Luka-chan.
I don't mind. It's not like I can keep her all to myself.
Yay! Anyway, there's one more reason I want to get Luka-chan to cosplay.
Mayuri's awfully obsessed with Lukaku today. Come to think of it, Mayuri has done nothing but talk about Lukaku for these past 4 days, ever since Lukaku and I started dating.
Luka-chan's usually a quiet girl, right? She almost never says what she thinks. When you cosplay, you become someone other than yourself. That's why I think that if Luka-chan cosplays once, she'll definitely find a new Luka-chan, even if it's embarrassing at first. And when that happens, she'll become more assertive than before, and maybe even dominate you, Okurin.
She really does care for Lukaku. It seems we both had the similar idea of trying to give her, or him at the time, confidence. And yet, I know that all of her hopes and dreams are in vain. Suddenly, Mayuri falls silent. She looks up and raises one hand high above her head, as if to catch the stars twinkling in the night sky. Stardust handshake. Can you see the stars?
Yeah.
You could see the stars more clearly in Ariake than in Akiba. If only the stars would answer her call. If only she could melt into their embrace. What salvation that would be. In the past, when she has reached for the heaven, I've always pulled her back down to earth, as if to keep her from floating away. But today I don't dare. What does Mayuri think about when she reaches for the starry sky? I've never asked her. Perhaps now is the time. Hey, Mayuri. Okurin, Mayushi! Daru runs up to us, calling our names.
Daru-kun, you're late!
My bad, man. Took forever to check my spoils. Daru's backpack is filled to the brim. He's also carrying 5 paper bags illustrated with moe drawings. Such zeal.
Okay, let's go!
Mary gets up to lead the way, and we start heading towards the train station. The direct shell bus to Akiba has already ended its service. Oh, it was so hot today. I thought I was gonna die. How was the cosplay?
The breeze felt great.
Maybe you should cosplay next time. And when you did get here, and when did you get here, Okurin? Buy anything? No. Huh? Why so grim? You have a girlfriend like one of the filthy normals now. You've got no right to be depressed.
Okurin, is something wrong?
Mary's voice is abruptly cut short. Her suitcase falls to the ground with a thud. It's time. Mary presses her hands to the center of her chest. Her face contorts in pain. I see it happen in slow motion, frame by frame. Slowly, slowly, she starts to fall. It's so sudden, so sudden. And so I fail to catch her in time. Mary's Shit, I shouldn't laugh at that. That was just such a sudden switch. Mary falls to the ground, motionless. Mayushi? I can't move. Can't breathe. Strangely, I feel no sorrow. All I feel is guilt. I knew this would happen. I could have prevented it. The one who killed Mayuri is me. Mayushi? What's wrong? Daru tosses his bags away and runs to Mayuri's side. He lifts her up and slaps her cheeks a bit. I keep watching as if I were merely a bystander. She's not breathing! What is this? What the hell is this? Okurin! There's something wrong with Mayushi! She's dead. What could be the cause? Heart attack? She wasn't killed this time. That's a relief. At least Mayuri died in one piece. Dead? No way. We were just talking. Hey, Mayushi, wake up. Where's the camera? We're on candid camera, right? Daru. I put my hand on Daru's shoulder to calm him down. Mayuri's dead, man. Daru turns pale. His lips tremble as he looks at Mayuri's face in disbelief. Let's call an ambulance. Why did this happen? How can you be so calm? She's dead! She's never coming back! Don't you get it, Okurin? I get it. No, you don't. She's not breathing, see? stood by and let her die. What? I kneel beside Mayuri. I couldn't save you, Mayuri. I reach out to Mayuri's motionless body. No. I chose not to save you. I embrace her tightly. I abandoned you, Mayuri. I look up to the starry sky, just as Mayuri always did. The tears don't come. Maybe I've gotten used to it. Or maybe it's because I'm not worthy to mourn her. What fills my heart is emptiness. Leaning against the wall, hugging both knees. I don't remember how long I've been here. That's like the first time we've actually gotten to see someone else's reaction to her death, right? How much time has passed since Mayuri's death? I didn't go to the vigil or to the funeral. How could I, when I'm the one who killed her? I don't want to see anything or anyone. Even breathing is hard now. And yet, I have no choice but to face this emptiness, this heart-rending guilt, and accept what I've done. That is my duty now. Someone pulls the curtain open. Light shines in from the lounge. A girl is standing there, silhouetted against the light. Now this is interesting. As soon as I realize who it is, I turn away and prepare to block out the noise. Okabe, it's been 3 days. Will you at least eat something? You knew, didn't you? You knew that Mayuri would die. Why don't you time leap? I was sure that you would do anything to save Mayuri, even use the time leap machine. What happened to your plan to change Yorishibara-san's gender and take back the IBN 5100? You were so set on saving Mayuri. Why are you still doing here? Wait, did you already send the email? Did you already change the world lines? If so, and you're just a remnant Okabe left behind, then that means world lines are parallel, and this line is doomed to continue without Mayuri. I didn't send the email. My voice is hoarse. Probably because I haven't spoken in 3 days. What do you mean? I couldn't change Lukaku back into a guy. Instead, I chose to accept fate. Oh, that makes it sound like I wasn't responsible. I stood by and let Mayuri die. I hear Kurisu gasp. Why did I confess? It's not something I should confess so easily. It's like admitting to murder. It should have been a secret between Lukaku and me. And yet... do I want to be blamed? Would that make me feel better? It hurts to live with this bottled up guilt at this point. I'd welcome condemnation. Kurisu isn't one to mince words. I'm sure she'll tell me exactly what a worthless human being I am. However... will you eat? Kurisu betrays my expectations. I can make cup noodles if you like, or should I get something? Say something. I killed Mayuri. Why won't you blame me? I suppose I could, but why? It looks like you already blamed yourself enough. Maybe we just don't have the right maybe we just don't have the right to change the past after all. Besides, no one can blame you. You've been fighting alone this whole time. One man disconnected from causality. No one else can understand your pain. No one else can understand the meaning of your choice. There's no way I can blame you when I haven't time-leaped even once. How can you be so understanding? Clutched my knees. I'm not. When you chose to save Mayuri with the time-leap machine, you must have known no one would ever understand. So accept what you've done. Do that, and you'll never forget the meaning of your choice. So in other words, she's telling me to suffer on my own. What a cruel woman. However, you should also take responsibility for the girl you did save. Mayuri's dead. It's sad. No, sad doesn't even begin to describe it. But Mayuri is gone. You couldn't change convergence. You couldn't defy fate. But she is still alive thanks to you. She's still alive as a girl. And I think she's suffering alone, just like you. But aren't you the only one who can understand her suffering? You're her accomplice, remember? Her accomplice? I knew you would pull no punches, Mikise Kurisu. Lukako's image floats through my mind. She used to be a guy, but now she is a girl, and she'll live as a girl from now on. I am the one who chose the future for Lukako. When I imagine her frail smile, I feel like spring has come to thaw the frozen soil of my heart. I can't bear to lose Lukako too. In that case, I know what I must do. Thank you, Kurisu. I'm glad I told you. As I enter the courtyard, I can almost feel the heat slowly drain away. Beside the main building stands a large tree, its branches coated with vibrant leaves, sway in the gentle breeze. The shrine is cooler than the streets of Akihabara proper. Maybe it's because Konda River is so close. As usual, the shrine is empty. I find myself standing before the offering box, gazing into the inner sanctum. I wonder if Lukako's home. Her family should be here too. How should I call for her? Just then, the wind suddenly lets up, and the sound of rustling trees stops for a bit. In the silence, I hear someone sobbing. It sounds like it's coming from behind the main building. I slowly head towards the sound. Lukako is there, sitting on the grass, hugging her knees as she cries, Samidari in her hands. Lukako. Okabe-san. Lukako looks at me with wet eyes, but immediately afterwards she buries her face in her knees. Then her shoulders start shaking once more. Yesterday I went to Mayuri-chan's funeral. Everyone cried. I didn't know Mayuri-chan was loved by so many people. Of course, I love Mayuri-chan too. I'm not really good with people, but she was always so nice to me. She was my best friend. I lost the words I was about to say. All I can do is sit silently next to Lukako. Why, Okabe-san? Why are we still alive? Mayuri-chan is dead, but I'm still a girl. Now that she remembers being a guy, Lukako is beginning to have gender identity issues. I had no idea how that feels. Just as Kurisu said, Lukako is disconnected from causality too. It feels wrong for me to keep living like this. It's not wrong. I try to cheer her up with those meaningless words, but Lukako shakes her head in denial. Is there a way to save Mayuri-chan? No. That can't be. Still crying, Lukako stands and pleads with me. Let's keep thinking. I'll do anything to save Mayuri-chan. I heard from Mayuri-chan before that you made a device for traveling back in time. Is she talking about the time leap machine? If we use that... We can't. If we go back in time, I'm sure we'll find a way. There is no way. I make that firm declaration with a hung head and clenched fists. It may be cruel, but all we can do is accept Mayuri's death and keep on living. You can't give up! Why are you giving up? Aren't you sad at all that Mayuri-chan died? There's no way to save her. No, I don't want Mayuri-chan to die. This was a mistake. Lukako! I grab her shoulders and look straight into her eyes. Did you think it was easy for me to give up? Okabe-san. She was my precious childhood friend. I would have done anything to save her. I tried to find a way. I tried everything I could think of. Do you know how many times I've gone back? But nothing worked. The universe wants her dead. No matter how I tried to avoid it, fate snatches Mayuri away. I sacrificed other people's memories and dreams, all to save Mayuri. I didn't care who I hurt, as long as I could save her. but I can't do it anymore. There's nothing I can do. No, there is something I can do. There are still things I can do to save Mayuri. But I chose none of them. And that's where we're ending this episode for today. Goodness me. So, damn, this was a downer. And stuff, like, I guess Suzuha's was pretty dark too, but, I mean, her stuff kind of made sense because that was, like, the first, ending we could have gotten, so usually that's the kind of bad ending in a visual novel anyway, ain't it? And stuff, but then Ferris's was so, much better. Like, everybody... Sorry, I'm bonking things. Everybody survived. Nobody knew each other, but they all lived, and they were all, happy in their own right, and there was, hope and everything. But this just feels... This is rough. Like, I would have expected this to be, somewhat happier for them to offer, the chance at some kind of way to save Mayuri still, even if we altered timelines again or something, but... Like, damn. This is kind of sad. But I don't know, I think that's the first time we've properly gotten to see Daru and Kurisu have, time to properly react to Mayuri's death. Like, every other time it's just been quick and chaos and trying to get back to the time leap to fix it, but like, that's the first time we actually got to see, their sadness and rage about everything. It was beautiful. And tragic and sad. It was something. I don't know, this entire... It just feels like the wrong choice. All that, but I guess that's to give it replayability, but I don't like that this was attached to, Luca's storyline. Like, I feel like Luca's storyline already has a couple, problematic elements to it, and I don't feel like that's really helping things, because it's like, we're going to go from dark, super dark, to happy, to kind of dark again. All that, it feels like a weird all over the place thing, especially when you chose to give Ferris, but we haven't played out the entirety of this ending, so, there's still room for change, so let's just, follow it through to the end, see what actually happens, and, hope for the best. But, yeah, next episode, we're going to wrap up Luca's ending, I'm assuming, and, start back onto the main path again. So until then, like and subscribe if you want to, and thank you for watching.